Hi guys, and welcome to May Yoga. I am Miranda, and today's video is going to be a focus on those beautiful hips. If this is your first time practicing with me, I ask that you look in the description below this video and find a link for a separate video called Tips for a Safe Yoga Practice. Please watch that first. For props, you're of course going to need that beautiful water. Even though this is not going to be like a very high intensity practice, you still might want to have water with you at all times. And then you are going to need a small blanket or a nice towel. It's going to act as a cushion for those knees later on in this practice. Okay, so we're starting into a seated position. We're going to work into Agni Stambhasana, which is fire log pose. So we're going to be starting on the right side. I'm going to be your mirror for this part. So bringing that right lower leg, the shin, out so that it's flush with your hips, flush with the long side of the mat. Having that foot very flexed, using your hands, you're going to draw up the left leg, bringing the outside left ankle to the top of that right knee. Getting an external rotation here into those hips. Sitting up nice and tall on those sit bones. And we're going to hold here for a few moments. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about those lovely hips of yours. What I've noticed over the years of teaching is that when we do a lot of hip openers, I see often students actually starting to shake a little, they get a bit emotional, they kind of get surprised sometimes, and some will even start to cry with these releases. And what that has kind of shown to me is that a lot of stuff gets stored in these areas of our body. So if you think about it, physical standpoint, from an anatomy standpoint, your hips are what bring motion into your life. You have these wonderful legs, feet, everything that will carry you forward, but what actually gives them the motion is in these hips. So your hips are all about movement and freedom of releasing the past, moving into the future, and kind of tying all of that together. Okay, so I'm going to continue, but I want to move you to the next part, which is going to be a lovely little kind of cradle rocking here. So you're going to bring those forearms underneath the bottom of the legs, and then imagine like rocking a baby. Kind of getting a little bit of a play here, and kind of releasing that lovely hip bit. Nice, and we're going to move to the other side now. So bringing that left foot down to the mat. Right foot comes down, and then just switch them out. So left leg, left shin is parallel to the hips and the long side of this mat. Using the hands, draw that right outer ankle over. Flexing the feet, preventing any torsion of the knees, of course, and bringing that focus to where it should be for today, right? Okay, so continue what I was saying is that I wanted to bring in sort of some mental work into this practice because the hips are so powerful, and especially at times like these when we are in a quarantine, we're having this extra stress, this worry about what's going to happen in the future, how is the world going to change, how are we going to change? And I've noticed that a lot of people, of course, are living less active, more sedentary lives, and a lot of that kind of gets stuck, gunked up in those hips. Okay, so we're going to be doing some affirmation work. You are free to either just listen to me saying affirmations, or I encourage you to repeat them, either in your mind if you're not comfortable with saying them out loud, but saying them out loud is more powerful. And yeah, you're at home, you don't have to worry about anybody looking at you weird. I would definitely say giving voice to these affirmations is what really brings in that beautiful, powerful energy. Okay, so releasing this into that shin cradle. Drawing the forearms under, squeezing it to your body, and then just rocking back and forth. All right, kind of letting that go. Now next we're going to be moving into child's pose, into Balasana. So bringing the feet down for just a moment here, working yourself over to a child's pose, bringing the knees down to the side, drawing yourself up. So you're going to open those knees as wide as your mat. Big toes stay touched, bringing those hips down on the heels. And then you're going to start to walk the hands forward here. Just kind of releasing yourself down to the mat. Drawing the forehead down. Closing the eyes, settling here for a moment, And starting with the first affirmation for this practice. I hold balance and ease in my body. I hold balance and ease in my body. I hold balance and ease in my body. Very nice. Using the hands here to start to draw yourself back up to seated position. Close the knees, just sitting on the heels for a moment. Next we're going to move up to a downward dog. I'm just going to change the angle on your mat, and so I'll meet you in tabletop position. See you there. Okay, all together in our Barmanasana, our tabletop. Go ahead and have that towel, that small blanket off to the right side of the mat. There. And we're going to be making sure that you are pushing into these shins for just a moment. Strong core in this tabletop. And then tuck the toes under. On your next exhale, push into the balls of the feet. Lift yourself up to down dog. Now down dog in and of itself is great for your hips. You can really play in it and bring a little bit more mobility in your lower body. So pedal the feet out. And what's really fun for your hips is actually to kind of rock a little side to side. So you're sticking that hip out from one side to the next. Make sure you're pressing into your palm to take the weight out of the wrist. Making small little movements. You're also actually working the core here, getting a little extra bonus work. So just feeling a little bit more give here in the hips, pedaling the feet out. We're going to work on the left leg now. So inhale, raise up that left leg, three-legged downward dog. And now bend the left knee, flexing that left foot, and then opening that left knee up. Maybe making a few circles here. Think about trying to stack the left and the right hips. Just playing here in this pose for a moment. And then inhale, extend, look between the hands, exhale, draw that left foot forward. You're coming to a lunge. Now grab that towel and bring it so that it goes underneath the right knee and the right shin. You can just have it under your knee if you want, but I think it's nice to kind of bring it under the shin as well to disperse the weight, to ground your shin down so that that right foot is pointed back. We're going to be in this lunge for a while, so really get a nice stable hold in here, okay? From here, and make sure your left foot is grounded, and then inhale, draw the arms up, warrior one kind of position here with the arms. And now interlace the fingers, draw them to the top of that left quadricep. You start to feel a really beautiful opening in those hip flexors, the front of that right hip. And then pushing a little into this. Deepen this lunge. Maybe pump a few times, kind of coming a little further and out of it. Breathing space into those hip flexors. Now this is level one. If this is good enough for you, stay here, okay? If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can drop the right hand down to the mat by that left foot, and then release that left arm, either straight back or bending that left elbow, bringing the back of the left hand across the lower back over towards the right hip. You can always stay here, level two. Or if you want to bring some beautiful heart opening kind of emotion here, you're going to come up on the fingertips and then bending that right knee. Okay, only do this if you have this flexibility. Don't hurt your knees here. And then grabbing the right foot with the left hand. Drawing that right foot towards the buttocks. And think about shining that heart out. This is a heart opening. You're opening your chest. You can always stay here if you need that balance of the fingertips. Or if you want to kind of engage here your core, lifting that right arm forward. Maybe drawing it to the top of the left leg, doing a little twist, looking over towards the back of the mat. Holding here for the last few breaths. Inhale, exhale. Release yourself down slowly, being very gentle with the body. Releasing that nice twist, maybe wiggling the hips if you need. And then bring the palms down to the mat. Pick up that back knee. We're going to move to three-legged downward dog again. So left foot kicks up. And exhale, drop the left foot down. Pedal the feet out. Release the hips. And then go ahead and drop the knees down. Bring that towel over to the left side. You can even go ahead and place it where you think your left knee will be. All right? And we're going to work up three-legged downward dog on the right side. So push into the feet. Just regular down dog to start. And then inhale that right foot up. Bending the right knee. Opening that hip. Stacking the left and the right hips. Making circles here if you'd like. Flexing that right foot. Squeeze that knee up to the sky. And then inhale, extend that right leg. Exhale, bring it to the front. Nice and easy, drop that left knee down. Finding the blanket, finding that towel. Right knee is at that 90-degree bend. Pushing into the right foot. Holding here. And then moving so that your arms float up, palms face each other. Interlace the fingers and bring them down to the top of that right leg. Pushing here, beginning to get a little bit more of a movement into those hip flexors. Kind of pumping those hips down a bit. And then going to whatever level you like on this side. Try to do the same that you did on that other side. Do the same on this one, okay? So maybe staying up there, bringing that left hand down, right arm weaves behind the back to that left hip. Hold there. Or going into that final level where that left knee bends, you grab the top of the left foot with the right hand and squeeze it in towards the buttocks. Finding this pose you want to hold for the last few minutes in this affirmation here. Letting go of anxiety brings me peace. I am strong and secure. Letting go of anxiety brings me peace. I am strong and secure. Letting go of anxiety brings me peace. I am strong and secure. All right, releasing yourself down very nice and gently. And if you happen to fall out of it like I did, do what I did. Kind of laugh at yourself. Your body is all about the lessons that you provided. So try to provide fun ones. Laugh at any mistakes and keep going. All right, pick up that left knee. Extend back to down dog. Pushing into the hands, lifting up the hips. Pedal the feet out. And then drop the knees down. Moving that towel away. Or if you want, having it as a little bit of cushion here. So this last kind of segment of this focus practice is actually going to be with a wall. So I want you to have the short end of your mat against a wall, and I want you to make sure there's no pictures or anything on the wall. Your legs are going to go up it a bit. So make sure you're not going to break anything while you're in this final part, okay? So laying down on the mat, short side against the wall. I'll see you there. Everyone meeting on the mat with the short end close to a wall. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring ourselves to our backs with our hips about 1 palm length away from the wall. Okay, so getting to this however you need, scooting that booty down, rolling to the side, playing here, kind of wiggling your way into the correct position. Checking that your hips are pretty close, and then walking the feet up the wall. You're going to start with about a 45-degree angle. Everyone's bodies are different. The length of your legs to your torso is going to affect kind of how you go into this, so you have to play with it. The object is to have your feet up high enough on the wall, because what we're going to do is we're going to push into those feet. I love shoulder stand. I think it's amazing because it is an inversion. So I'm bringing an element of shoulder stand, but I'm also, of course, focusing on the hips too. We're going to get extra work. So you're going to be bringing your shins so that they're parallel to the earth. You think about your thighs being perpendicular around so that you can keep that chin tucked down, activating your beautiful thyroid gland here. And what I just did, you never want to do. You never want to turn your head when you're in shoulder stand, because you are putting some pressure in your neck, so you don't want to twist it. So do as I say, not as I do for that one. Sorry. I just love to try to actually make eye contact through the camera at you, so I turn my head. So yes, the important thing here is you want to think of that beautiful alignment. Your feet should be hip-width distance apart. Your knees to your feet and to up to the hips are going to be in a straight line. You don't want to let the knees collapse in or out. And this is why, because we're actually going to do a figure 4 formation, which is bending that knee, externally rotating the hip, flexing the foot, bringing the outside ankle to the top of the opposite leg, okay? The challenge, of course, is going to be a balance challenge, but when you really get into this and you're holding it, you're getting the inversion, you're getting all the benefits of that while you're working the hips, and it kind of gives you a little different perspective, okay? So we're going to be finishing with our affirmation work as well. We're going to be doing our 3rd affirmation when we do the 2nd side, all right? So I'm going to be doing my right side so you can kind of see that better. Hands coming beside the body, arms flat. You can kind of open up if you need to kind of ground those arms down, giving you your extra bit of balance. And from here on out, I'm going to really try to not look at the camera anymore, and you shouldn't either. You should just listen to my verbal guidance, okay? Back is glued down. And on your next inhale, you're going to start to push into the feet, lift up those hips, scooping that tailbone down and moving it up, so that the shins come parallel to the earth. Thighs are perpendicular to the earth. Keeping the arms beside the body. You're going to start with that right knee. Pull that right knee into the chest. Flex the right foot, moving very slow and controlled. And then externally rotate. Draw that knee out. Right outer ankle goes to the top of the left leg. And push that knee open. Draw yourself up. Chin is tucked down to the chest, getting the lovely inversion here of a kind of quasi-shoulder stand. You're going to stay here, or if you do feel balanced, you can kind of walk those hands underneath your body so that the fingers clasp together, and then draw the arms together, going into a slight hand bind behind the back. Squeeze in here. Don't forget to keep that right foot flexed. Protect the right knee. This is a balance. It's a shoulder stand inversion. And it's a hip release. So it's just all good things coming together. Inhale. And exhale. Gently release the hand clasp first if you were in that. And then draw that right knee towards the chest, bringing it back, right foot back to the wall. And now slowly, vertebra by vertebra, roll the spine down. Releasing that tailbone down last. And just relax here. Maybe windshield wiper the feet, the legs here, keeping the feet on the wall though. Beautiful, guys. So of course now we have to do the left side. I'm gonna do both sides. So readjusting yourself here if you need. Making sure that your shoulder blades are connected to the earth. Arms are beside the body. Okay, moving to do the other side here. I'm going to be doing that affirmation with you too. So let's get into this pose first. Push into the feet, legs are in that straight long line. Draw the shins up. Keeping the arms by your body for balance. When you're as high as you need to be now, you're going to release that left foot from the wall. Draw the left knee in towards the face. And now externally rotate it, drawing the outer left ankle to the top of that right leg. Holding here, or perhaps going to that final hand clasp, little bind behind the back. Close the eyes if you can. Draw the attention inward. And last affirmation. I am open to change at every age. I am free. I am open to change at every age. I am free. And last one. I am open to change at every age. I am free. Slowly release the hands if you're in that clasp. And then gently unwind that left knee, drawing it back towards the face. And then extending that left foot back to the wall. Pushing out for this last moment. And then gently starting to release the back down to the earth. One vertebra at a time. And release. Maybe windshield wiper the feet and the knees side to side. And from here, for this final kind of moment, you can either just extend the legs up the wall, do sort of a Viparita Karani thing if you really like that feeling of the inversion. You want to continue that. Or you can roll onto the right side and come up to a seated position. Either the firelog pose on either leg that we did at the beginning, or moving to that butterfly, beautiful butterfly for the final moments. Rolling over to the right side if you'd like to come up to seated. Using the left hand, draw yourself up. Bringing the sit bones down to the earth. Relaxing the legs however you like. Or just doing cross-legged if you just want to have an easy seat, it's fine. Arms are relaxed beside the body. So guys, that is my hip focus for the day. And like I said, I wanted to bring that element of mental work in because I think it's so important. It's what I love the most about yoga, to be honest. It's great for your physical body, but it actually is meant to bring in the mental, the emotional, the spiritual part of you and integrate that all in to live a more fulfilling, healthy, positive life. So just going through those affirmations one last time. I'm going to do all three now. You can close the eyes for a moment and join me. Or if you have to take off for your day, I understand, and have a wonderful day if you're leaving right now. Okay. But if you have the time, close the eyes for these last few moments. I hold balance and ease in my body. Letting go of anxiety brings me peace. I am strong and secure. I am open to change at every age. I am free. I hope that this served you well today. I hope that it benefits you. If you did enjoy it, of course, giving a like or any feedback below is much appreciated. Subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. And I hope that you go and have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you again very soon. Namaste.